The ability to dock a laptop to a more conventional desktop type environment is a source of bizarre confusion for a lot of people, and it's been this way for quite a while, and it is addressed on the exam. So let's talk about it here, and I want to make sure I get you thinking straight on the differences and the options here. First of all, laptops are designed to be portable, right? We got that. But sometimes we need them to function as desktops, and here's a good example. I come to work in the morning and I've had my laptop out on the road selling things, taking orders, doing whatever I do with my laptop out on the road. And now I come into the office. I need the information that's on my laptop to be available on the network. Well, nowadays, right, we can do all kinds of cloud technologies, cloud-based applications. We can just network in, we can remote in and dial in and all that kind of stuff, and we can make all kind of things happen almost automatically and seamlessly. But in the not too distant past, that wasn't quite so easy, and we had to connect the laptop to our private local area network back at the office. And when we get back with the laptop, we want to use it as our desktop. We want it to work with a full-size monitor. We want to physically connect to a printer. We want a separate full-size keyboard when we're in the office. And so there are a number of docking options. Really, there's two docking options that will provide this functionality. And these things confuse people all the time. So if you're confused about what's what here, welcome to the club, okay? We're talking about docking stations and then port replicators. Now, these things solve that problem about needing our laptop to be more like a desktop for a short period of time and then morphing back into a laptop. So what's the difference between a docking station and a port replicator? Well, first of all, this is what a port replicator looks like for Dell. Now, these things can look vastly different. They can be much, much smaller. They can just be a little strip right here that connects to the back. But the bottom line with these things, notice your laptop's going to sit down. The way Dell makes theirs, their connectors right in the front of the laptop. It snaps in and it drops down on this. And really all we're doing is all the connectors on the back of the laptop. This could be a 25-pin printer connector. This could be a VGA connector. It could be USB ports. It could be network, RJ45 connectors. We can connect those things permanently to our port replicator, then just snap the laptop into the port replicator, and those ports connect up to these things, and these things have just replicated what was on the back of the laptop, and we're suddenly connected. And this thing stays connected. So now every time I come back into the office, I don't have to turn my laptop around and plug all the appropriate cables and connections in the appropriate ports, right? The port replicator takes care of that. Just by sliding it into the port replicator, snapping it into place, boom, I have all those connections. So it replicates the ports that are on the back of the laptop, and it maintains connections to all the physical devices that I might use. Now, with a port replicator, though, I have to use the keyboard and the display that's part of the laptop. And that is where docking stations come in. Now, with a docking station, notice this example right here. This is an HP model. We might want to set a full-size monitor up here and put a keyboard out here, and now we can just snap the laptop. The laptop will actually plug into this slot, kind of like a cassette tape or something. It will fit up inside there, and then it'll snap down into place right here. And this thing not only replicates the ports in the back, but it gives us other functionalities, and you can get a little hint of that right here. Notice something plugs in here, some of those pluggable backup drives. Also, it looks like you've got a VGA connector here, so you can do all kinds of things here to have an external monitor up here and an external keyboard. And so the main difference is that a docking station does just what a port replicator does. It replicates the ports on a laptop. It maintains connections to physical devices. It provides connections for an external keyboard, mouse, etc. That's different from a port replicator sometimes, but the big difference is a docking station has additional slots for all kinds of other interface cards, hard disks, all those kinds of things, and you get a little hint of that right here. Okay, so docking station gives us a little more functionality, and it basically turns our laptop into a CPU operational thing, and then we can use external keyboards, external monitors, even external interfaces, like CD-ROMs, network drives, all sorts of things to work with our laptop as if it's a desktop. So that's the difference between a port replicator and a docking station. Make sure you've got that straight going into the exam, and this will also help you in the real world because almost everybody's confused about what one of these does as opposed to the other one.